Is your bread making you fat, sick, and tired? I'm Dr. Joel Feeman. Today I'm here with Sabrina, and we're going to be talking with you about bread.
So this is important because bread is a staple for many. You have toast and bagels for breakfast, you have a lunch sandwich, and then at dinner you have rolls, right?
I remember when I first got married to my wife, I would go over to her grandmother's house, and that was the biggest, like you said, staple to where every dinner, without a shadow of a doubt, there was always a plate with a stack of sliced bread right there and butter beside it.
Yep.
Here are a few reasons why eating bread may not be the best of ideas. Most breads are now made with grains that are genetically modified and then covered with pesticides, herbicides, fungicides, insecticides, and so on.
So after the grains are grown, then they're processed. And not just a little bit, but a lot. Okay, so nutrients are taken out of the grains, and then the grains are processed, the nutrients are added back in. But not only that, they're adding in things that don't naturally even occur in grains. So you're just getting this highly processed bread that we're putting on our table and getting to our families.
Breads also contain lectins and phytates, which are anti-nutrients and wreak havoc on the digestive system, on the gut itself. And then to make things worse, most breads also have added in high fructose corn syrup and trans fats.
So why is this such a big deal? What's going on in our body when we intake this bread? Well, this has to do with glucose and insulin. Okay, hopefully I haven't lost you quite yet. So when we take in that bread, our insulin goes through the roof. And then what happens? That glucose goes into the muscle. And if we don't use that as energy, what's going to happen? It's going to store as fat. Exactly.
And not to mention that, but then eating bread also can cause a lot of inflammation. And that's one thing that you hear a lot of nowadays, is how inflammation is basically running rampant.
So since this is a staple in our diets, what can we do instead? We want our bread, right? Well, we like Ezekiel bread. This stuff is so good. Okay, it's a sprouted grain bread that's prepared by soaking and sprouting grains. So Ezekiel bread is made out of sprouted grains, legumes, and sometimes seeds.
Something else I love about Ezekiel bread is the fact that there's no sugar, there's no preservatives or artificial ingredients. But Ezekiel bread also has more protein, more fiber, and more absorbable vitamins and minerals, which of course the body needs.
Now, something to keep in mind, a lot of people do great with this bread, but if you have a gluten sensitivity, just be careful because they do use wheat, rye, and barley.
Keep in mind also that most conventionally made breads contain a lot of toxins that once again can irritate the gut itself. And as you probably are aware, there's a lot of digestive problems in society today.
So this bread and the sprouted grains that are in it, they're much easier for the body to digest, which ultimately helps the gut.
So how this helps is real simple. Keep in mind the fact that what you're eating is going to have a huge impact on your health and your life ultimately. So keep it simple in the sense of eat God food. So in other words, you're natural, and so if your food is natural, you're going to give your body what it needs to be able to heal and function at its best. In the same sense, avoid man foods. In other words, because they're highly processed and toxic and other things added into them, that's going to deprive the body of what it needs, but not only deprive, but it's going to also toxify the body, which once again is going to create more health challenges and more sickness, disease, and problems.
So now you're probably asking, well, where do I buy this awesome bread? You can find it in a lot of different places, you guys, but you can't just go to the bread aisle. You have to go to the frozen section of your local grocery store, Kroger, Walmart, wherever you shop, just look in the frozen section and you'll probably be able to find Ezekiel bread.
The main thing to remember with that is when your bread is natural, it's going to rot a lot faster because it's natural. But in the same sense, a good experiment, if you want, is to take your conventionally raised bread, you leave it out for a while, a long while, and it seems to still be fine. And that's once again just a telltale sign that there's a lot of preservatives that are just crammed into these breads, these things that we call food.
A fun experiment to sort of do with your kids is get French fries, put them on the counter, get Ezekiel bread. I guarantee this one will rot faster. And those French fries will probably last you a good 3 months.
So if you haven't already done so, make sure that you have liked us on Facebook, subscribe to the YouTube page, and that way you're not missing out a single thing. And until next time, God bless.